So today you're going to take back out your packets that we worked in the other day that had the stinky flower on the front. And today we're going to open up to the passage that says, "A strange but true story." Remember that you can pause the video at any time while you get this out. This is our nonfiction passage. Something happened. It was very strange. It happened in southern England. The year was 1968. Rain fell. The rain was red. All over southern England, people looked at the rain. They could not believe their eyes. Could they really be seeing red rain? Could such a strange thing truly be coming down from the sky? After a time, the red rain stopped. It dried up. The red rain was gone, but something was left behind. Grit was left behind. Grit is like dust. It is small bits of stone or sand. The grit was red. Scientists examined the grit. They looked at it carefully. By examining the grit, the scientists could tell something. They could tell where it came from. The grit was from a desert. The desert was the Sahara Desert. The Sahara Desert was far away. It is in Africa. The dust had been carried by the wind. It had blown far. It had blown to England. When the rain fell, the water mixed with the dust. The dust colored the rain, and it made it red. Kind of an interesting non-fiction passage there. I don't think we have ever seen red rain. When we flip to the second side, a story that can't be true. This is our fictional passage, and just by looking at this picture, tells me that I think this passage is going to be fiction and not real. Matt saw an odd creature. The creature was strange. It was bizarre. The strange creature was purple. It had orange dots. It had 3 eyes. It had 5 feet. It had a straw for a mouth. It did not have a nose. Matt told his brother about the bizarre thing he had seen. Matt's brother said, "I don't believe you. Your story is too strange to be true. You're making it up. Matt, you are always making things up. You must stop. If you keep making things up, no one will believe you when you tell the truth." Just then the doorbell rang. Matt's brother opened the door. An alien was at the door. The alien was purple. It was covered in orange dots. It had 3 eyes. It had 5 feet. It had a straw for a mouth. It did not have a nose. "Hello," said the alien. "I am from far away. I am from Mars. I blew in on a spaceship. Please tell me something, Mr. Earthling. Tell me why you look so odd." And we know that couldn't really happen. Where did the red rain fall? In Africa, in England, in the desert, in the Sahara. So you're going to need to go back in your passage with your highlighter or a pen or pencil and find that information. Tells us right in the first paragraph the location. Go ahead and highlight that. And the answer would be B, in England. Remember, I'm probably going too fast for you at home to go back and look in your passage, so just pause the video while you find your answer. Question 2. What is true about the alien in this story? It had 5 feet. It had 3 mouths. It had a straw for a nose. It was covered in purple dots. Well, when I look back, it said the strange creature was purple. It had orange dots. It had 3 eyes. It had 5 feet. It had a straw for a mouth. It did not have a nose. Okay? So it didn't have 3 mouths. It did not have a nose at all. So it certainly didn't have a straw for a nose. And it wasn't covered in purple dots. What color were the dots? If you said orange, you would be correct. So I'm going to cross out what I know can't be right, because that's always a great strategy. And highlight what I do know. It had 5 feet. And you can go back in the passage to read the description of the alien. Both stories are about strange colors, what cannot be true, odd creatures from the sky, seeing hard to believe things. What do you think we read about that were in both passages? I think it would be D, things that were kind of hard to believe, like red rain or an alien creature. Number 5, if something is bizarre, would you call it odd, grit, an alien, or a creature? Something bizarre. To see red rain is bizarre. To see an alien knocking at your door is bizarre. That would be odd. If a scientist saw an alien, he or she would most likely not believe what he or she was seeing. Ask the alien why it looked so odd. Make the alien tell the truth about the red rain. Examine it carefully to find out if it was real. I think a scientist would want to examine it to find out if it was real. Was it some kind of joke or a prank, or was this really real? When I turn to the next page, it always tells us to practice our handwriting, to pick a word from the story to write on the line below. Remember, you're picking one word. You don't have to write a sentence, just one word. And I'm going to write my word in print and in cursive. And I picked the word alien. So go ahead and pause the video while you do that part. Number 7, write these words where they should go to show the path of the grit. So we need to go back to a strange but true story. Africa, England, rain, wind. So the first thing I would say is that where would they go in the path of the grit? Well, the grit started in Africa. I know that. And then it was blown by what? It didn't rain. It was blown by the wind. The wind carried it to and then it ended up coming out of the sky as. So go ahead and fill in 1, 2, 3, and 4, and you can check your answers. In this next table, it tells us to fill in the chart to show how the alien is different from you. And you're going to have to go back in the passage to see how did they describe the alien? How many eyes did he have? How many noses did he have? How many feet did he have? What was the shape of his mouth? And what color was he? Now, all of this is different. So what you're going to do is fill in the chart that describes you and then the chart that describes the alien. So go ahead and pause the video while you do that. And a strange but true story, you can fill in, tell me what that's about, end it with a period. A story that can't be true. Again, fill in the sentence, end it with a period. Think of 2 strange things. One thing should be real but strange. One thing should be strange but not real. What are you describing? Remember to start with an uppercase letter and end with a period.